Welcome back, guys. I'm Doug.
I'm Pat.
Hey, the Doug and Pat Show. God, you know, it has been maybe 6 months since the last show.
That long?
Yeah.
Time flies when you get old.
Yeah, time flies anyway, but I hate to probably bring this up right about now, but there's a little bit of a circumstance that would have something to do with it, and it's called calling Pat and trying to get him to come over and film on the Doug and Pat Show. What do you think the experience is, Pat, when somebody calls your phone? Here's what it is. This is from Pat's cell phone message. Goes on for about 16.
I'm too tired to come to the phone right now, but if you'll leave a message, I'd be more than happy to return your call when I feel like it. Thank you.
And I will.
Yeah, after about 6 months. But we're back now, and we're back with Pickup Shootout Show number 3. We put in a call to pickup winders in the last show, back in the spring, about if any pickup winders out there wanted to send us any pickups, we would plop them into a guitar or two and play them and compare them to each other, and also to one of the highly collectible guitars that we have around.
Yep.
Got some response, Pat.
Yeah, a couple of people responded and sent us pickups, and yeah, it's just wonderful. It's great.
Some of the winders are
guitars.
kind of small production winders. One guy just started winding back in the spring, and then some of them are a little bit larger.
Mm-hmm.
We also have an R9, a 2013 R9 with Burstbuckers in it. It's sitting right back here.
Pretty guitar.
And yeah, it's pretty. It's also sitting right next to a 1960 Sunburst Les Paul that has 59 specs, 59 neck on it, very 59. And we're going to be comparing all these pickups to that 60 Sunburst. The first guy we're going to talk about is a Canadian company named Sigil. It's spelled S-I-G-I-L. And his website is sigilpickups.com. You'll see it at the bottom of the screen. I encourage you guys to go to the websites and check out what these guys are doing, because it's not just the big winders that are out there doing stuff, but it's small winders, and they care about what they're doing.
And using proper materials, you know, and
Very much
trying
so.
to build them the old school way.
Very much so. Very much. And you can probably email them and get a response too.
Yep.
We're also going to do the Lustbucker, the 59 model, and we're going to do one from England called Shed, Supernatural, and then we're going to do the R9 that has the Burstbuckers, and then we're going to do the 1960 Sunburst Les Paul.
Now, does that Sunburst have them their patent applied for pickups in?
I guess we could tear them out and find out.
Nah, not today.
No.
Don't have time.
Before the show's over, though, the name of the 60 Sunburst will be announced. So hang in there on that. The first one we're going to start with is going to be the Sigil pickup, but before we play that guitar, we thought we'd also mention that we're actually recording this a little bit differently than we did before. Before we were using the Audio-Technica 4040 from about 3 feet. That's a condenser microphone. And that was the only microphone we were using, because it sounded to us kind of like what it sounds like when we play in the room. That's the whole goal, which is a very dead room. This room has carpet in it and wood. It's very, very dead. Now we're actually adding a close mic, and we're using a Sennheiser 609, which is a great guitar microphone. Use it in the recording studio. Use it live too. Close mics, and here's a picture of the setup you'll see. That 609 is off-center of the cone, and then the Audio-Technica is back where you see the line, and then it is 26.5 inches up, slightly off-center of that cone also. We moved the microphones around and recorded them to see which would sound the most natural. This is what we're doing. With all the guitars are mic'd the same. They're not using any compression. We're just going directly into Pro Tools, adding a little reverb because it's a very dry sound. So it's all the same, apples to apples.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
We also won't tell you which guitar the Sigil or the Lustbucker or the Shed are in until the end of the show. So when you listen to them, think about this. Think about the sound, play it through good speakers.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Headphones.
Good headphones, whatever it is, to hear the difference in the way it sounds. Don't play it through your computer speakers.
Especially if you have a laptop.
Yeah. Or don't play it through your phone either.
No.
If you can find your phone ever, like some people can't. Okay.
But they're
Sigil,
good.
made in Canada. The bridge on this one is wound at 8.16 according to our readings, and the neck at 7.60. Kind of a common thing we see now where winders are winding that bridge pickup a little hotter than the neck pickup.
Mhm.
Did we see that in the Lustbuckers too and some of the others?
Yep.
Yeah. We switched them, actually, just because we're always wondering, do the lower resistance pickups sound different? Because we sort of think that they sort of do, but I don't think that's the thing that is the reason why. Because when we switched them in the case of the Sigil, they sounded the same to me.
And in the case of the
Lustbucker too.
it's easy for you
Oh,
to say.
we're going to have to edit this now. No, we don't have time to edit it.
Yeah.
That'll be another 6 months before we get this out. So, first one up is the Sigil. SigelPickups.com. Go there. Here it is. Next up is going to be the Lustbucker pickups.
Lustbucker pickups. You know, they come from a company out of Florida called Lust for Tone. And these are the Lustbucker 59s.
Do they make others?
They do. They make others. They make a 57, several different other model pickups that are all different ohmage. And so they, if you get on their website, you can check it out, and they explain all the
There's
different
their
pickups.
website name running on the bottom here.
All the different pickups and what they do and what they are trying to accomplish. These guys, they're cool in the way that they make them, kind of old style. Use all the right materials. They've got a good approach, a pretty neat approach. And the other good thing is, for me, being a veteran that I am, is that a certain amount of the money from the sales of their pickups goes to some veterans organizations. So,
Cool.
you know, as far as supporting these guys, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
Yeah. So it goes along with their PAF thing, so they're really going after that.
yeah, that's why these are the 59s. And
So
these are
that
the
we
ones
took
that
we took the readings of these, but they provided us with the readings. So that's
right
8.47 on the bridge,
on the bridge.
on the
yeah.
bridge, and 7.6 on the neck.
Yeah.
And we put these like we're doing. We put them in two different guitars, which we won't disclose which guitars they are, so that you can't be judgmental about it. And then put guitar on one, guitar two.
Lust for tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they like a lot of these pickups, they just send them to us. So Pat
Right.
calls them up and it's really cool that they did that, and they're not afraid of this.
Yeah, yeah, and we will send them back, which is what we tell
Says,
people.
Lust for life, right on the back. That's a good slogan.
Yeah,
Let's hear what it sounds like.
all right, give it a try.
Next up, from England, Shed pickups. We got these pickups from a guy named Larry Russell, who was in the Bay Area, player, and Larry was answering the call to the Doug and Pat show. He actually had them sent from England, where he ordered them from, and waited for them, directly to us first. And we popped them in a guitar, and we played them, and then sent them back to him. Thanks, Larry. That was really, really cool. So you can go to the Shed website, which is called shedpickups.com, and do that, and you can get much more information than we could possibly give you here. These particular pickups are called the Supernaturals, and all these are sets. So this is a set, a neck and a bridge. They're kind of based on the Peter Green guitar, with that out-of-phase thing that happens between those two. We don't do an out-of-phase comparison because we sort of don't have time. We just do the neck and the bridge. One of the things about these pickups, though, that I found on their website is that the neck pickup actually has different wire on it than the bridge. So it actually is different. And they could probably shed some light on that as to why that is. Just shed some light on this was to why they call them sheds. This is a small winder, and he sort of wanted to be known for he's winding them in the shed, meaning it's a small boutique sort of a business. So, but you can find that out at their website. The neck is comes in at 7.33, and the bridge at 8.01 according to our meter.
Did you do the reverse thing on those two?
I did not, because we sort of ran into with the other ones that they didn't sound that much different. So it seems like there's something else that's going on there that makes them sound different that we're still working on. But maybe you guys out there, when you listen to this, you will hear what it is. That's the whole idea. Yeah. So these are the Shed Supernaturals.
Were the pole pieces reversed? In other words, when the covers are on the neck pickup?
You mean it?
Like Peter Green's was,
No.
The pickup?
They were not.
So just the wiring was that way?
They were not. I don't know if Larry sent these to me, the ones that weren't reversed. I think when I put them in the middle position, they weren't out of phase.
Oh.
And I think that was the way that he ordered those pickups. But we didn't compare them that way anyway. But no, it wasn't, so that the winding of the came out of where it usually comes out of instead of being upside down.
Yeah.
With the pole pieces pointing towards the bridge and coming down that way. No. So it looked just like a regular Les Paul standard, like that. But it was a good question, Pat.
All right. Well,
Yeah. Good talking to you
just
every once in a while.
turn them around yourself.
I guess you turn them
Feel
around
like
and you see how the wire is all caught up, and then you have to put a tone hole through the back of it to get it through there. Shed Supernaturals, here they are. Next up, we're going to test this 2013 Gibson Custom Shop R9, 59 reissue with Gibson Burstbuckers in it. We got this guitar on loan from a good buddy of ours, Dale Peterson, who has a lot of fine gear now. Actually, he has one of those Vox amps
He
too.
does.
He's got one of those. Dang. This guitar comes with lots of cool stuff in the case that looks like an old brown case. It comes with this Gibson custom thing, looks like a little diploma. You open it up, it's got the certificate of authenticity. It also has other little case candy things that are kind of like the whole thing. Vintage reissue strings, which are not on this guitar anymore. Got the Bumblebee cap in it, Bumblebee equipped. What else does it have? Has this looks just like something that would be in the old stuff, because the writing looks the same, the font that they use. It also comes with, if you flip it over, what covers the toggle switch right there, it comes with one that says Gibson Custom, which has been swapped out so that you can retain this one in the case, in case you'd ever decide you want to sell it. So this guitar is going after this guitar. This is the early 1960 Sunburst Standard, 59 specs, got a large neck on it, no metallic caps on the tone. This guy. So we're going to be playing this guitar next, and then lastly we're going to be comparing all the pickups and all the guitars with this guitar. These pickups here come in at, neck pickup is 7.96 and the bridge is 7.98. Almost the same.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And they sound different when I was playing it. They sound kind of ballsy for being under 8. So there again, we don't know. We're just trying to figure out what's going on with cause and effect. That is, can you wind the pickup to make it sound like this or like that? That's what these guys are doing. So we're going to plug the R9 in, and then we'll plug in the 60 Sunburst, and then we'll talk about it.
Let's do it.
So there they all were. What do you think was the obvious favorite, Pat? What was the best sound? What was the one that nailed that sound?
The Sunburst Les Paul.
Right, but they don't know which one was the Sunburst Les Paul yet.
I thought they all sounded real good. I thought they sounded good. You know, these guys are definitely on the right track. How about you?
I think it's a really good thing to remember on the Doug and Pat show that we're not picking out what we think is a great sound. We're just playing the guitars because, guys, it's just like picking your favorite color. It's whatever it is that you like the sound of. But we are comparing them to the Sunburst. We are comparing them to known guitars because those guitars are selling for a lot of money, and they are made by companies, at least the R9, that are made by a company that is going after that guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So that guitar, the R9, is going after the 60 Sunburst, and the 60 Sunburst is going for a lot of money, 59s, 58s, that normal people who don't have a serious amount of money to spend on a guitar are never going to really hear.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that that's your favorite sound. It's just a reference point. All of these are just reference points. So that's the thing to remember about that on the Doug and Pat show. If we have anybody else out there who's winding pickups and want to send them to us, that would be cool too.
Yep.
We're always interested in hearing
Yeah.
that.
And we will send them back.
Yeah, you want them back, we'll send them back. Now we have some important business to get to, and that is going to be, hold that thought. We all know about Oscar, the gold top. The name has been chosen for the 60 Sunburst Les Paul, now to be known as
Jane. Yep, we decided on Jane. You know, blonde, curly,
nice figure.
nice figure, nice figure.
I think that's what one of the submissions was a great 1960 blonde with
Yep.
great figure and lots of great curls. And a lot of those names were so perfect. Marilyn was pretty close.
Yeah, Marilyn was close, but I think Jane's a little smarter.
Jane's a little smarter. I think she had a good head about her. Or at least still has one on this one.
I know something that a lot of people don't know.
Really?
Are you ready for this?
Tell me about it.
Did you know that at the time of Jane's early demise, she died in a car accident. They ran into the back end of a semi-truck in the fog. And what they did is they went underneath the trailer. If you see a semi going down the road today, there's a bar that is on the back part of the trailer. On all of them, it's a law that they have those. And that bar is called the Mansfield. So that's something to...
A trivial pursuit
That's right.
competition.
That's right.
Maybe we'll have that at some point in time.
Yep.
Down there. Okay. So you can also go to the DougAndPatShow.com
Yeah.
and continue the tradition of make Doug and Pat rich by buying t-shirts. We now have extra large t-shirts.
Yes, for us larger folk.
Yeah. Or people just need to have a little more room. And we will add that as a little button to the website when we can wake up our website guy and get him to do that. And we ship them worldwide. So now you're going to hear, again, little snippets of the guitars that were recorded. And you are going to see which guitar it was in and which pickup it was in. Just for your amusement. So you can just see how do they sound? How do they compare with each other? Big fun. Okay.
All right.
Until next time, I'm Doug.
And I'm Pat.
Be seeing ya.